EJ, always so consistent. Yeah. Yeah, welcome back to the PAV. Shockingly, we're not still playing volleyball, which you'd think the way the season's been going. Two great opening round matches in the Big Ten, going 5 sets. Yet again, certainly pleased with where we're at. Not satisfied with some areas of our game. But yeah, this is the Big Ten, and if you haven't experienced it, now they have. And so happy for our young guys to get a lot of opportunities. Looking forward to sharing this road trip with the team. I think it's one of the most challenging on our schedule. It was one of the most challenging in the Pac-12, just logistically getting around to LA, back-to-back matches. So it'll test us as an organization. So like where we're at, not satisfied. Big Ten started, it's the best. Yeah. Yeah, and then some. Yeah, and then some. I've been part of some good rivalries and some big matches, big moments, but that one certainly met and exceeded every expectation, and to share it with this team that's worked so hard and with this community was, yeah, you kind of coach a lot of matches to have one like that, and so yeah, pretty happy.
You said that you started Big Ten play, obviously gives some experience to people who haven't, but even the ones that have, they haven't played these new Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's it going to be like for the ones that have Big Ten experience, but this is going to be completely new for them?
Yeah, I'm not sure which part of it will be challenging, right? You got the time zone component. We'll be sitting in traffic at times, getting cold. The part of me that I think is most tangible is the back-to-back element, right? 2 high-level opponents in under 48 hours is probably the biggest test. 2 teams that are improving quite a bit. They showed, I think they're undefeated in LA right now in the Big Ten, so they certainly welcomed their Eastern opponents well last week. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, but I think this group is going to enjoy it.
There's some familiarity with teams like Purdue and Wisconsin for players who've played them before.
Yeah.
But when you play these 2 new programs, like, can you describe them a little bit in volleyball and types of players? I mean, they recruit California, obviously, but it's a little different.
Yeah, I think about UCLA, just pretty dynamic middle blockers who are experienced. Leilani Dotson was at Northwestern. Anna Dotson's been at UCLA for a long time, so experience at that kind of key position. I think they've found their lineup here over time. They've been making some changes with some young people in the lineup. They're doing a nice job. New coach in their second year. They look a lot better organized than they were last year. Usually pretty defensive-minded is what comes to mind when you think of UCLA. USC, a good number of players from California and Texas, high-level prep players. Obviously an experienced player in Allie Batenhorst from Nebraska. But also some nice young players. Jaden Livings is one that comes to mind. So I'm impressed, that they're getting organized, and they certainly represented themselves well in the opening weekend.
Game experience is so valuable, especially when trying to meld people together here.
Yeah.
Does that help? I mean, 5-set matches like that, just getting more experience, conditioning if nothing else, but also just the more time you're in, because you can't simulate some game, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just think about the percentage of matches that someone like Alex has played, right? That Kate's played in the Big Ten. Kalissa, how many matches has she played in the Big Ten? And so the more we play, the better they get, I think. I think what was challenging, especially in the Purdue match, was they haven't felt that before. And we've got new people in serve-receive, new people next to each other in serve-receive. And, yeah, you're going to be tested pretty early on. And this is probably the first time that our young guys have been tested like that.
Do you have any special travel plans when you're in LA? I mean, is it the same hotel? I mean, maybe you don't want to get into too much of the detail, but do you switch hotels or stay? Or how
yeah, I think if back-to-back, when you play back-to-back days, you generally don't change hotels. And you got to be careful about what hours you drive, what practices you take or don't take, because you can get your team stuck, in some pretty bad traffic. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. And then, yeah, we'll get a feel when we fly in Friday morning how things are looking out there. But, yeah, it should be good. I like that we're going to get in and get out and get 2 good matches in.
When you're playing, when against Purdue, you try to do a hard reset.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in situations like in the middle of a set when you're struggling and take a seat, how do you kind of make that change?
Yeah. You do what you can in between the set. We tried almost everything you can in a coach's manual in terms of formations and hiding people and shifting people and bringing new people in. Maybe we had a few more tricks up our sleeve, but you can't gimmick your way out of it long term. We made a big change in set 4 to put Lydia on the outside, and it won us that set. And But then you get in that 5th set, and again, you've got new people and a new lineup. I was glad we had the chance to try some of those lineups the week before in Green Bay. I thought that served us well in that Purdue match. But yeah, at this level, it's about development, not about gimmicks, unfortunately.
Do you miss like the opportunity to play teams twice this year?
I'll miss the chance to play Purdue again, that's for certain. I love it. I like the urgency of it. I like the, just the normal consequences that come from only having one chance to make something happen is pretty exciting and thrilling to me. And when you get it right, it's the best. And when you don't get it right, you get to think about it for a year. And so, I like it.
You said that you're generally pleased with some things you want to work on. What are those things that you would like to, see better?
Yeah, still serve, receive, and side out, right? I think we have this identity now as a defensively tough team, serving, blocking, digging. But we've got to make progress in our ability to side out early in the rally. I think in transition against both those teams, we hit for a really high efficiency. It's just that first ball side out we struggle with. And so, it was on our list early for a reason. It stays on our list. And hopefully we can continue to get healthy and get back to where we were.
Any update with McKenna at all?
Yeah, she's out here. She's working hard to get back and rejoin us. We know we need her. Everyone who's had to fill in's done a great job, but yeah, we want her back. We want her back for good, for sure.
Anything else for Keegan?
Thanks, guys.
I'm super excited. I get to play in front of my home crowd and family and friends, and I grew up just playing games in the USC and UCLA gym, so I'm just very excited. It almost feels like a home match.
How much have you had to rely on teammates to try to tick it up and get everybody set from that standpoint?
Oh gosh, I think I've gotten about 30 tickets from my teammates just so that friends and family could come, but they're all super willing. I always send my tickets to them because I don't usually have as many people coming to these games, so they were very happy to help.
What are you telling your teammates about the teams that you're playing for?
We haven't quite gotten to that part yet. I think a few people have asked me like, oh, what are the gyms like and that kind of stuff. I always say it's a fun environment, but it's the same as any other gym we play in. We'll do our scouting report like normal, but we try not to put too much focus and emphasis on what other teams do. We focus more on playing our own game. So, yeah.
It's a totally different team, but I think you had your career high versus USC.
Both teams, I matched it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So can you take us back to, playing at that level back then?
It was super fun. Those were both super competitive matches in my junior year at Cal. But I think ultimately, when we got there, our team was just really prepared, and we knew the scouting report, and we did our jobs pretty well, and it resulted in 2 really, really good matches. So I'm just excited to play there again. I think this is going to be a great matchup for our team here.
We'd love for someone to have almost 30 kills, but I think this team's a little bit more balanced. Let's
Agreed.
talk about, I know McKenna's out, but others have stepped up offensively.
Oh, absolutely. Julia and Alex are doing great jobs on the outside, and it makes my job on the right side a little bit easier, and our setters have been doing really well. And then our middles and our setters are here working almost every day, 30 minutes before practice, and it's showing how many kills are our middles having, and it's awesome just to have that balance. And so I think it's going to be a really good weekend for us to continue working on what we've been practicing.
You've also shown some versatility, like moving from the left to the right or right to the left. Is that like a different mentality?
I think the skill is a little bit different between the two positions. I don't practice on the outside as much, but I think the mentality is pretty much the same. As my setters are giving me great balls, and let's go get some kills. So yeah.
Excuse me. Have you noticed anything different from this team, having gone through all these 5-set matches? I know the record's not what you want it to be, but you did beat Wisconsin, and pretty close to Purdue other than the service.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it about the 5-set matches that you've learned?
We don't quit. Every game, every set is just a true fight. And I think our team is staying together really well. And something we talk about is relying on each other and supporting each other and trusting that we're all going to be there. And I think that's something that we've proved time and time again in all these 5-set matches, that we're all here for each other all the time.
Did that help too, just additional game experience and being battle tested as the season progresses?
Oh, absolutely. I think every match we play, I don't think any of us expect any of them to end in 3. And I think just we're relying on each other so much, and we're communicating so much more than we have in the past. And I think it's just getting better with every game we play.
Anything else for Lydia?
How many people you have coming?
Between the 2 games, maybe 40. So I'm very excited. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, AJ.
That Just your experiences in California, how maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play again in California. Again, I've faced these teams before. I played UCLA before, and so I'm excited to be back on the West Coast. I love the West Coast. I think it's the best coast, but I might be a little biased, but I love LA. I'm happy to be back there and playing again. So I'm excited. Yeah.
It's been a journey for you, obviously. I guess talk about your experiences this year as opposed to last year. This team, obviously the middles have grown quite a bit.
Yeah.
Alyssa as well.
100%. So we've been putting in a lot of work on the offseason because we knew that last season the middle offense or just the middle game just needed to develop a bit more, and we needed to be a more of a role. And so again, our roles have changed this year, and it's been really exciting to just see how that's grown and how the hard work has paid off. And so we're just excited to be bigger role players this year, and so that's been good. Yeah. I'm loving it. Me and Melanie have gotten a lot closer over the year, just having time to be together and know each other off the court a lot more. And so I think we've gotten really close this year, and it's been so much fun. And we can communicate with each other. We know how to talk to each other. We can it's easy to tell each other what we need, and nobody's hurt or nobody's in the feelings or anything. It's just exciting. So it's been fun, a lot of fun. I'm just trying to pick them up no matter any way I can. I think it's very hard to do serve receive. That's one of the hardest skills to learn. It's also very mental. And so words of affirmation, just trying to tell them I'm with them. If they get it up, I'm anybody can set this ball. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Melanie. Just trying to help them out in any way we can. Again, it's more of a verbal affirmation. I can't really go back there and pass, but I'm trying to help them out in any way I can. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you knew that Big Ten was adding these teams?
I was excited, again, to go out to the West Coast, and I still have friends there, whether they still play or not, and so they'll be at the games, and I'm really excited. So I get to play in front of a lot of people I consider family now, so it's gonna be fun.
Is it the style of volleyball different in the Pac-12?
I think it's a little different. Yeah, a little bit different, but again, we are able to adjust. I feel like Purdue is different to Wisconsin, or teams in the Big Ten already are very different styles of volleyball, and so we're very used to adjusting and having a game plan ready to go, and so it'll be fun.
How do you handle the challenge of every night in this league? There's no gimmies. There's no hey, let's get well here.
I think it's just seeing what we did well, what we didn't do well, and just get it back in the gym and fine-tuning whatever we need to fine-tune. So we're the moment to yesterday, we're back in it. We're doing serve receive, we're doing middle offense, we're doing whatever we need to fine-tune before we go to this next game. We're not really thinking about too much. We're just thinking about what we can do to get better. We're not thinking about the losses much. We're just all right, next time, let's go. And so we're excited. It's fun.
Anything else for Phoebe?
Sweet. Thank you guys.